Okay, so we just talked about Jacob Trouba. Now we got to make a quick video on Steven Stamkos because, yeah, you're looking at this right here. This tweet is about Jonathan Marchessault. The Vegas Golden Knights are not going to re-sign their Conn Smythe winner from last year. That's crazy. That is maybe offensive, maybe something that I think a lot of Vegas Golden Knights fans will be ticked off about because Marchessault, of course, was a very important part of the Vegas Golden Knights Stanley Cup championship winning team. I mean, he had himself 25 points in 22 games played in that playoff run. Absolute stud that he is. But with Vegas moving on from Marchessault, sources are telling Daily Faceoff that the Vegas Golden Knights are positioning themselves to take a run at Steven Stamkos, should he make it to the market. Also, you can't firmly rule out one last push from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, the Bolts, as we have talked about earlier in today's show, ended up signing, or they're on the precipice of signing Jake Guentzel. This entire thing has been talked about. It seems like the announcement for Guentzel's contract will come tomorrow, but after they traded away... Okay, we're gonna have to scroll down to find these. They traded away Tanner Jeannot, they traded away Mikhail Sergachev, they used some of that money to trade for Guentzel and inevitably sign him, and then you have Victor Hedman also on his way too. Those negotiations have started and they're going well. Steven Stamkos is the one guy that you can say has been left in the dark in this entire process. So, if the Lightning use some of their newfound cap space to give a bigger than $3 million offer to Stammer tomorrow, then okay, great. But if Stamkos goes to the market, Saravalli is saying, hey, watch out for Vegas. They're going to take a run at Stamkos. They're choosing Stammer over Marshy. And if you go over to this other tweet, in addition to Vegas, the Nashville Predators are believed to be in the mix for Stamkos, along with the Red Wings, the Kings, and the Devils. Fantastic market. This is what I'm talking about, baby. This tweet was made 9:44 p.m. Vancouver time, June 30th. This is past midnight for the folks in Tampa Bay, for the folks in Detroit, for the folks in New Jersey. News is coming out like crazy. We've got 12 hours of mayhem just waiting for us to dive into it. And tomorrow, it's going to be fantastic. We're going to see so much movement, so many big and crazy stories. But heading into tomorrow morning, we have ourselves some big updates here. The Nashville Predators taking on a guy like Steven Stamkos, okay, that makes total sense. What was the biggest thing the Predators needed in the playoffs against the Vancouver Canucks this recent season? They needed goals. That was a defensive clinic by both teams. And the Predators, had they just had more high-octane goal scoring, they probably would have had a much easier time playing off against Vancouver and penetrating that defense. Stamkos adds that option. Imagine Josi to Stamkos on that left side for the 1T. Fantastic. You have yourselves the, of course, Vegas Golden Knights. You replace Marchessault with Stammer, you place him on the wing, you give him that right-handed shot on the left side, and he's able to put the puck in the back of the net like crazy. Mark Stone, Steven Stamkos, and Jack Eichel as a line. Ay, that is crazy. Meanwhile, the Red Wings, they just re-signed Patty Kane. And this tweet was made after the Patrick Kane signing went through. So maybe, look, I don't want to say anything is like going to happen here, but imagine Stamkos and Kane on the same damn team. And imagine that team being Detroit. How crazy would that be? Then you have yourselves the LA Kings. Okay, great. They need goal scoring too. If Steven Stamkos can be one of the pieces that allows this team to break past the 1-3-1, then okay, I get it. Let's go LA. That's a pretty good idea. And then the New Jersey Devils, if they have the cap space to make it work, I mean, they just traded away John Marino. They're probably going to sign Brett Pesce, so maybe the money is equalized there. But if you can have Jack Hughes, Stammer, and Hischier playing, that's a trio of first overall picks. Like, I know the Oilers have been the Oilers the past few years, but when was the last time we had a team of 3 first overall picks playing together? Oh, maybe was it Buffalo? Yeah, no, it might have been Buffalo, actually. Either way, this could be setting ourselves up for some crazy shenanigans tomorrow morning. I wanted to make this quick video to end off the night because I just cannot stop shaking the idea of the Vegas Golden Knights being one of the front runners for Stamkos. Like, we have spoken about this for years. All the good players that find themselves available on the market, that find themselves open to offers or whatever. Jack Eichel, Alex Pietrangelo, Mark Stone, Max Pacioretty. They all go to Vegas. Everybody goes to freaking Vegas, and then Hanifin went there too. Steven Stamkos, is he next? An 80-point guy the past 3 seasons, a 40-goal guy the past 2 seasons out of 3, 100 points in 2021, 2022. He still had 5 goals in 5 games this year against the Florida Panthers in the playoffs. We had said this earlier, but you know how that graphic was going around? Alex Barkov and the Panthers, they shut down Nikita Kucherov, they shut down Pasternak, they shut down Panarin, they shut down Draisaitl. They didn't shut down McDavid because he still went out there and popped off in the Stanley Cup Finals, and they sure as hell did not shut down Steven Stamkos. Sure, they still won, very handily even, against the Tampa Bay Lightning. 5-game series between the Bolts and the Cats, but Steven Stamkos still showed off that he is one of the most valuable players on this team. The only problem is he's 34 years old, and with his contract before being in the $8 million range, who knows if there was some sort of an expectation that they would be able to give him, let's say, only a shade below that on his next deal. Would the Tampa Bay Lightning really want to do that? It's very apparent now the answer is no. So whether it's Vegas, whether it's, I don't know, the New Jersey Devils or the Kings or the Red Wings or the Predators, we have options here, and there could very well be a huge bidding war for Steven Stamkos in his services. Honestly, you know what I'm thinking about as well? I'm also thinking about how superstar forwards, sometimes we see these superstar forwards not actually sign right away. Like, I get it, sometimes we have this story where it's like, yeah, Johnny Gaudreau signed with Columbus, wow, amazing. But it doesn't happen on the second of when free agency opens up. Patrick Kane, for example, I know it's an extreme example because he was hurt and he was recovering from surgery, but Patrick Kane was pretty much good to go for a while before he ended up signing with the Wings, and that process was dragged out forever. We were speculating like crazy. Oh, where's Kane gonna go? Where is he gonna sign? Is he gonna play with the Wings? Is he gonna play with Chicago? Is he gonna go back to New York? Is he going to Florida? Wherever. It took a while. So the fact is, these top-tier guys have the opportunity to wait. If you wait it out, like, let's just say some of the other players in the past who have not had that luck, like Kevin Labanc, for example, he bet on himself. That was a different situation, but that was a bad choice. Labanc, unfortunately, is not a Steven Stamkos caliber player. There was Tomas Tatar last year. Tatar was a New Jersey Devil, and the contract that the Devils were giving him to stay in New Jersey was pretty big, but he said no, he wanted more. Afterwards, though, the Devils got Tyler Toffoli, which made them not need Tatar anymore, and Tatar was out there on the free agent market looking for a contract that was better than what New Jersey offered him in the first place. He wasn't able to get it. He had signed in Colorado for cheap afterwards as the result. He bet on himself to get more, and that bet didn't pay off. For Steven Stamkos and these top-tier guys, they have the opportunity to do that properly. So Steven Stamkos might not even sign tomorrow right away. He might sign on Friday. He might sign on Wednesday. He might take a little bit of time to assess his options and have the Preds, Red Wings, Kings, and Devils kind of build up to a final contract offer that he just cannot say no to, or an opportunity that he just cannot say no to. I do question the Red Wings' point of view on it, though, because they still do have to sign Seider and Raymond. That's a pretty big deal, right? Who knows, maybe they sign those contracts right before the Stamkos timer begins. But either way, if that gets done, then Stevie Y, you're an absolute madman. Maybe the Wallman trade was made for a good reason. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, either way, about Steven Stamkos hitting the market, how Vegas is in on him, so are the Preds, Red Wings, Kings, and Devils, and how the Lightning, I mean, they have an opportunity to fix things up here before the end of the night and before the free agent frenzy opens up tomorrow. But for now, it does not seem like that's going to happen. It seems like Stammer is going to the market. It seems like a bidding war is underway soon. Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Good night and good morning later, because we will start recapping all the trades and the signings and everything tomorrow when I wake up. And bye.